Welcome back, babes, to my channel. My name's Eman. I am so excited about today's look, you guys, because I'm obsessed with how it turned out. I had this vision in my mind and I was able to bring it to life, and I'm so excited to show you guys how I did it. So if you want to see this gorgeous, glossy, bronzy look, just keep watching. The inspiration for today's look, I want to do wet hair, like really glossy lids. I don't know how to explain it, like golden, bronzy goddess goodness. That was a terrible description. You know, like the sun is hitting you and then it's like everything is just glistening and the hair is wet and it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. I have like this clear vision in my mind, but it's really hard to articulate and put into words. So I'm just gonna start and hopefully it all works out. So I've already actually put primer on and I forgot to show you guys that step, but I'm gonna show you the primers that I used. These are my two current favorite primers that I've been using and loving. I love the combination of them both together and they just work so well under makeup, especially right now in this summer. I feel like because it gets really hot, makeup can just disappear. But I put the Catrice Prime and Fine Nude Glow Primer first. This has like a really tacky texture, so it just holds foundation really well, but you could also see like my skin looks really matte. And then on top of that, I applied the Catrice Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer, the Goodbye Pores Primer, mainly just like in this area here and here where my pores are more visible. And this is what I've been loving for prepping my skin. So I'm gonna go straight into the eyes because there might be a little bit fallout. I'm prepping a little bit first with my NARS concealer. I've pretty much stopped using eyeshadow primer, which is so crazy for me because I've used eyeshadow primer for years and years and years and years. I never really did makeup without it, but I switched over not too long ago and started just applying concealer to my lid instead of eyeshadow primer. It's been working great, to be honest. It just does the same job, so why have an extra product if you don't need it? So I applied a little bit along my lower lash line too because I am definitely gonna smoke this look out. So the eyeshadow is gonna stick top and bottom. I am going to be using my Catrice x Eman Bronze AF eyeshadow palette. I think this is the perfect palette for this look. Okay, so the first color that I am going to be using from the palette, and I'm sorry my palette is a little bit worn out because I've been using it almost every single day, is I'm gonna go with the shade Sweetser, which is this dark brown. It's a little bit more of a neutral undertone, so it's not as red. I'm taking a nice flat eyeshadow brush. I'm going to pack this color on, starting from my lash line, and I'm working this all the way up to the crease. So I really love the tone of this brown. So this for a smoky eye is like gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I love that you can really pack this color on and get it super pigmented. You can see I'm bringing it all the way up to my crease and slightly past my crease. And then once I have that color to the amount of pigment that I want, like that looks beautiful. I'm going in with a blending brush. This is the Sigma Diffused Crease Brush, the E38 blending brush, which is a little bit on the smaller side. And now I'm just gonna go in and blend out the edge of that shadow. I didn't even put anything on my brush at all. I'm just blending that edge out. So instead of it being that harsh line, we're gonna get this beautiful soft diffused look. This is what makes this eyeshadow palette so special, you guys, is that you could see without me even hardly doing anything, you could see how beautifully this shadow just blended out. Not all shadows do that. Just to be like super fair, there are a lot of shadows where when you try to blend them out, it's like a disaster. And this just blends out so nicely because the formula is so beautiful. The texture is so easy to work with. And that's what makes this palette so easy to work with. So to clean it up just a little bit, I'm taking the nude shadow, which is called Fairfax. I'm using this just in the inner corner and pretty much like right underneath my brows. I'm not really trying to like add color. I'm more using this as a way to clean up the look. So you could see how like now that looks just a little bit more cleaner and the color looks really beautiful. I also like to take it a little bit in the outer corner. So this eye look just looks really like beautifully blended. This doesn't look as good because this nude shadow makes all the difference. So just like a little bit in here and right underneath my brows. That's all you need. This is actually a really cool brush too. I love the shape of it. It's like a tiny little blending brush, but it has this really pretty point. So it makes getting in the corner and like more detailed work really nice, really easy to do. And this is from Persona, which is Sona Gasparian's brand. And their products are beautiful. I am taking another brush that I've been loving recently. This one is from Huda Beauty, Eyes Smoke and Smudge brush. Why am I having such a hard time showing you where it is? Okay, I'm still using that same brown shadow from before, Sweet Sir. Just kind of packing it on both sides. And then I'm just dragging that color along my lower lash line. I'm really kind of just aiming at my lashes. That's kind of where I'm depositing most of the color. Then once I have that, I'm going back to that same blending brush I was using earlier. I just blend out the shadow so it looks really smoked out. I'm taking a synthetic haired brush. So this is not real hair. I love using brushes like this when I want to wet my eyeshadow. I'm taking a bit of Fix Plus, spraying the brush, and I'm dipping the brush into the shade Malibu right there, which is this beautiful kind of really golden bronzy color, but it's really more like a gunmetal bronze. So there are a bunch of different bronzy tones. One's a little bit more orange, this one's like really like more bright and golden. This one's really more of a copper metal tone bronze. So it's very, very pretty, especially if you wet it. And I'm using this just in the center of my lid. And this is gonna give us like such a beautiful effect, especially once we put that gloss on. It's gonna look gorgeous, which I'm gonna do at the very end. And I'm really just keeping this just in the center, and I'm not applying this anywhere else. I think that's all you need. This brush that I use is from Laura Mercier, and this is the Cream Eye Color Brush. Again, great for any cream products. And this is also, you can also use a concealer brush because they're usually the same thing. Now I'm going in with a brown eyeliner. The one that I'm using is from Wet n Wild. I love their kohl eyeliners. They work great and they're super, super cheap. So this is a favorite of mine. This is called Simmer Brown Now. Simmer Brown Now, you know, like simmer down, but simmer brown. Okay. Anyways, so I'm just using this pretty much just in my waterline, and I'm gonna tight line my top lash line as well. I'm gonna go pretty heavy on this. I want my waterline to be super bronzy and brown, and I love that this has kind of like a warm golden undertone to it. So it just looks so beautiful with all of these eyeshadow colors. And I'm also just taking it up, tight lining my top lash line. One little tip I have for you guys, I know that a lot of people sometimes when they sit down and do their makeup, they don't end up wetting their beauty blender because they're already sat down. So I have a water bottle. I can just wet my beauty blender on the spot and I don't have to run to the bathroom to wet it. So that can be really annoying sometimes. And the beauty blender dry just does not work the same. It just doesn't. So you kind of have to wet it. So today I'm going to be using the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. It's hydrating, so it's going to be a little bit more dewier. My body's a bit more tan than my face. Well, a lot more tan than my face. So I'm just trying to match everything. And when I have my eyeshadow already done, I always just a little bit careful when I'm blending on my foundation because I don't want it to mess up the eyeshadow. So I usually don't take it all the way up. I leave a little bit of space and then I kind of make sure that I blend everything perfectly when I do my concealer. My favorite concealer, one of my favorites, this is the Radiance Creamy Concealer. And the idea is to just I'm gonna place the concealer really low because when you blend concealer out, it blends up. I don't wanna apply it too high and then it's gonna blend up and really just mess up all that eyeshadow. So I'm placing it pretty low, and then as I blend the concealer out, it just kind of naturally travels up. And then once I get really close to the eyeshadow, my little trick, I will take a brush and just super gently blend out the edge of that concealer. And this will just make sure that none of that eyeshadow is ruined. It basically just makes the eyeshadow look perfect. So this is what really completes your eye look. All right, I set my whole face with powder, I filled in my brows, and now I'm going in with bronzer. So I want this look to be super bronzy because that is definitely part of the vibe for this. I'm not even gonna try to describe it again, but you guys know what I'm going for. So I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder Glow in Medium Deep. So this is like their iconic translucent powder, but they came out a year or two ago with the glow version. So it has a little bit of iridescence to it. This works beautiful as a bronzer in the medium deep shade for myself or anyone around my skin tone. And if you are darker skin tone, this has a little bit of glow to it, so it's gonna look beautiful on the skin. There is the brush that you're supposed to use for this powder from Laura Mercier, which is this brush right here, Glow Powder Brush. This works great. It basically just hugs the curves of your face and applies the powder exactly where you need it. Rest it along your cheekbones, up from your hairline, and sweep it along your cheekbones. So I love the combination of this brush and this powder. They work beautifully together. I take it along my jawline, my cheekbones, forehead, and temple. So you guys could see on this side, you have this beautiful golden glow. This side's pretty plain. This side has the glow. That's what we're going for. Okay, I had to fix my hair a little bit because it was really throwing me off. So I just pulled it back. I don't know if I want blush for this look because I love just the monochromatic bronze. I might add more bronzer if anything, but let's do the lips first. This has like been my go-to lately. I love these pencils from Buxom. It is their Plump Line lip liners. They are just so easy to use. They are big, thick liner pencils. I just love them, and they come in so many different shades, so I've been using a ton. And the one that I'm using is Undercover. Let's start with that. I feel like this is gonna be a really good nude. This is the perfect color for this look. It's like this brownie nude, very bronzy, goes great with the shadows. And I'm using this to line, and then I'm gonna just kind of squish my lips together to just blend the color without adding any in the center. Before I put the gloss, I'm gonna take a bit of concealer. I'm just gonna apply that in the center of my lip. This is gonna kind of diffuse the color. It's gonna make your lips look super pouty. I just love this vibe. Then over that, I'm testing out for the first time this metallic gloss from Lancome. The shade is called Iron Nude number 12. Let's see how this looks. I hope this kind of works. Let's see. Ooh, I love it. That's so pretty, you guys. I'm obsessed with this lip. This turned out so much better than I expected. I love it. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Lancome for making an absolutely stunning gloss. These metallic glosses are gorgeous. I'm gonna list everything for you guys below. For mascara, I am using one of my current favorites from Neutrogena. This is the Hydra Boost Plumping Mascara. This is waterproof. This has been my go-to mascara for summer. It makes your lashes look amazing, and that doesn't always happen with waterproof mascaras. This just works so well, and for summer, you really do want a waterproof texture just to make sure your mascara is not going everywhere. So I'm gonna do mascara, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna add lashes or not, because I just love how this makeup looks right now. I don't know if I wanna add lashes, you guys. I don't know if we need it. This is just so pretty without it. I'm doing mascara top and bottom, and then just really getting every lash, making sure getting the brush right at the base of my lashes, and then just working it up and out. All right, guys, the last thing I'm gonna do for this look is add highlighter. So I do love how the Laura Mercier Glow Powder has a little bit of sheen to it. You can see it's picking up on my skin already. Like, it's so beautiful. There's a little bit of glow already. That's gorgeous. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I'm not gonna go too crazy. Well, I don't know, maybe I will. We'll see how it looks. So I am using the Catrice x Eman highlighter palette, and I'm gonna be going for more of the golden shade. This is called Victoria. I'm gonna kind of go over where that highlight is already, just to bring it out even more. Add a little bit in all the key areas that I love a little glow. And I'm gonna add just a tiny bit, just in here, but not too much, just like that. I really don't want to mess with this. I think this looks perfect as is. So my original plan was to just wet all my hair and just do like a really cool wet look. But sometimes I feel like when your makeup is just like so on point, the hair can be distracting. So I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of a wet vibe and pull it back. But let's just see. Let's just play a little and see what we're feeling. Oh, I just sprayed my face with water. Did not mean to do that. Oh my God, disaster. There's just something so striking about just pulling your hair back when your makeup is fire, you guys. That is just what I am feeling right now. Okay, so I think this is what I'm gonna stick with. So I do wanna add the gloss, but I also want to show you guys the look without the gloss, because you definitely don't need the gloss if you don't want. It's like a nice little extra thing, but you're probably not going to do gloss every day. This look, however, you can do this every single day if you want. This is my go-to. You guys know I love this style of makeup. So this is the final look without the gloss. Super bronzy golden, just like sultry golden goddess vibes. The best part is how easy this eye look to do, especially if you're not doing lashes. You could literally do this look so quickly. All right, guys, you don't even know what ended up happening as I was filming this video. I had the air conditioner going, I had all the lights going, and basically everything went out. There was a power surge and everything went out. So I wasn't able to show you guys the final look with adding the gloss, but I did add it and I was able to film it, but I couldn't do the talking part. But here it is. I love how it turned out. I think it looks so cool. Yes, maybe this is not something you would do all the time, but for a special kind of fun look, it's a really cool way to just like totally take your look to another level. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I loved filming it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new. You have to join the family. Leave me a comment below. I read all of them and I try to answer as many as I can. And I am posting every single day on Instagram as well. So if you guys want to see my face a little bit more, just make sure you add me there at Eman. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you and I will see you in another video very soon.